we are on our way to Franklin, Tennessee to meet my uncle that I never knew about and my mother's brother. And my dad's new brother-in-law? Dad?
Yeah.
Yes.
So let's go meet him. So Mom, is there anything that you'd like to tell Mark before you meet him?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna start crying, but you know, I waited 55 years, so I didn't know I had you. It's gonna be great. I was reading in the paper this morning, you can't change the past, but you can reshape the future. And I think that's what we're gonna do. I can't wait to meet you and your family, and for you to meet mine.
Raining.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Took y'all long to get here. Sis, come here. I got you. It's nice color.
I know you like blue.
It's a mistake you ever made in your life.
You can tell that he's been waiting for that. He's been waiting to
He's
say
been
that.
talking up until like, this is what I'm gonna say.
Wait for the right.
So I just know that our family just got a little bit bigger, and I am so honored to have a sister. And I love you, sis.
Alright, so this is a really cool story that I'm really excited to share, and it's really special because it involves my family. If anyone has ever heard of Ancestry.com, if you haven't, it is a website where you can go online and find out where you are from or where your ancestors and DNA has originated from. So I saw a video from a company called Momondo, and Momondo is a flight search engine similar to like a Skyscanner or Google Flight Search. And I met their social media team at a travel conference, and they showed me this video that was their new marketing campaign, and it moved me to tears. I was so moved by watching this video, and it just really left me curious and eager to find out where my ancestors were from. I had just recently moved back to the States from living abroad for 2 years. I was living in Prague, Czech Republic, and doing a lot of traveling based out of there. So I came back home, and you know, I thought this would be really fun to see if my family would want to do this with me. And my mom and dad happily agreed and said, you know what, Carrie, I think this will be neat, this will be cool. So we created a list of where we thought that we may be from, just based on speculations or previous conversations with family and relatives. We decided to each then choose one country from the list that we were actually from to then travel to as a family. And don't worry, I got that bad boy in writing, so Mom and Dad, there's no backing out. We have a contract signed. All right, so you essentially spit in a little test tube, and that is associated with an alphanumeric code. Then you will, it's essentially kind of like your tracking number. You go online, you register on the website, and you set up a profile from there. The instructions said it would take about 6 weeks on average. I believe ours took about 3 weeks, so it was a little bit sooner. And my dad actually had to redo his because I guess when he was spitting in the test tube, he didn't spit enough, or it just wasn't done properly. So we always joke with him now, and it's going to be a never-ending story that he'll never live down, that he's an alien from another planet and he just doesn't even have DNA. So if you know my dad, you know that's going to be hard for him to ever let down. So turns out that when I set up my profile, it sets you into a database of other people around the world that have also done this test. So about a week or so after the results were in, I got a message saying that I had a high percentile DNA match. And I'm thinking, well, that's weird. I mean, I set up all of our family profiles, and I knew that my cousin on my dad's side of the family had done this as well. And so I looked online, and it wasn't him, and I was like, well, this is strange. And it was a person by the name of Mark. And I thought, well, I don't know this man and I don't know what he's saying, but some of the information that he had provided was something that really no one else would have known about my mom's side of the family. So I talked to my dad about it, and he was like, you know, a little skeptical and thought, you know, maybe this is just some sort of hoax. And we waited on my mother to get home from work, and we explained to her the situation, what had happened, what I had written, what he had responded with. And my mom was just sort of speechless, really. She just kind of sat there, and then I guess in her mind she started reliving childhood memories that sort of resurfaced the possibility that this could actually be true. He had provided us with his Facebook information, so of course we go on Facebook and try to figure out as much information as we can based on that. And just looking at the picture alone, you can tell that my mother and this man are related somehow. However that may be, they're related. So we decided that maybe we should talk in person, that to talk through, like, you know, what the information that we had, and hopefully that we could help figure out, you know, what was happening. So Mark's message to me had basically said, I was adopted, and for medical reasons and things for my family, I just wanted to know who my original birth parents were, so that, you know, family history of, you know, certain diseases or things like that I would know. So understandable. And he was just really curious to figure out who his birth parents were. So we figured out, based off of our FaceTime conversation for the first time, which was very emotional, that when my mother was 8, my grandmother, which is both of their moms, she had a baby in secret. It was out of wedlock, and back then in the small towns, it really wasn't something you did. So she had given it up for adoption, and that was that. My mother never knew, and none of us really knew, I guess. And so we decided that, you know, we should meet. And this is basically what this video is about. And I've already shared, you know, us meeting each other for the first time, my mother and him. And now we're just really excited that this has created, you know, a new family life for us. So we're able to hopefully blend the two of our families together as a learning and growing process. And Mark and his wife and his 2 daughters have openly welcomed us to their family as we have welcomed them to ours. And I'm just really excited to share this story because I think it's really cool. And really, I just want to encourage anyone that if you're not sure where you're from or where your family comes from, it's just really interesting to know. You know, we never thought that something like this would come out of it, but in the end, I'm just so happy that we did this because now we know where we're from. And with that, I guess I should share the results. I decided that it would be fun to share the results with my parents together as a family and film this, so I did. And I'll show that at the end of the video so that you can see a little bit about sharing the results. But I personally am a little bit different than what my mom and what my dad is, just because obviously I'm a blend of their 2 DNAs, but essentially we are Northern European, so mainly from Great Britain, Ireland, and Scandinavia. So I'm just really thrilled to share this with you all, and I hope that you enjoy our story. How y'all feeling right now?
Good.
Yeah?
Curious.
Curious. So what are you about to find out?
What am I?
Okay, where you came from, where we as a family came from.
Right.
Mom, do you remember the countries that you said that you thought maybe you were from? We come from. The Ellis family. Where's the Ellis family from?
I don't know. I was thinking Cuba because of the darker skin, but I don't know.
37% Great Britain. Okay. How do you feel about that?
I don't know. What's the rest of it?
Great Britain is London or England, Wales, Scotland, and Northern Ireland.
Okay.
34%, so very close behind. Take a guess.
Italy?
Ireland.
Ireland.
Okay.
Interesting.
And then 16% is the third major one, and what do you think that is?
Potluck.
Dad, you were close when you were guessing yours or ours. Think about that. Think
Russia.
about Vikings. Think about the Vikings.
Norway?
Scandinavia.
Okay.
So Scandinavia consists of, do you know?
Don't put me on the
Sweden
spot.
and Norway.
And Finland.
Okay.
Thank you, Dad. Geography lesson, Mom.
Yeah.
So we are essentially 37 plus 34 plus 16. You're the math guy. How much percentage is that?
Pretty much all.
I think it's like 87%
Northern European.
European, and yes,
Okay.
British, English. We're from England. And our trace regions are 5%, or yours, I'm sorry, Eastern Europe, 3% Italy and Greece, 3% Western Europe, and 2%